everybody, it's Big T Davis, Buff Bass Anglers. Today I got some new Buff products to show you. And these Buff products in particular are special because these are the products that Ott Defoe used when he won the 2019 Bassmaster Classic. Now, it's not like he used these to help him win the Classic. He uses this stuff all the time. And the cool thing about it that I learned is Buff not only makes warm weather buffs in clothing, but they also make stuff for the cold weather. So let's check out the first item. The first item in this Ott Defoe Buff kit is a knitted hat. It's your standard knitted hat. It has the Buff logo on it. It's 83% acrylic, 12% wool, and 5% cotton. And it's pretty simple. I mean, it's a knitted hat. This keeps you warm on those cold fall or spring mornings. And this is one of the items that Ott wore. It's pretty cool looking. Love the logo in the front, but pretty basic. Next item. So everybody is familiar with the Buffs, the original Buff. Goes over your head, you can wear it around your neck, headband, there's so many different ways you can wear it. Well, now they have the multifunctional polar headwear. So it's got the standard tubular Buff, and at the bottom, it has this nice Polartec fleece. So this is the part that actually keeps your head warm. Okay, so they've added this to the Buff, so it makes it a little bit longer. Okay, so it's got 4-way stretch. It's got UPF 50, so it blocks the sun, but at the same time, it keeps you warm. It's quick drying, it's seamless, so there's no sewing lines in this. It's just a seamless tube like all their Buffs. Anytime you get a Buff or a knockoff Buff, and it's not seamless, you know it's a knockoff Buff. This thing's gonna last you forever, okay? It's made out of 100% recycled Repreve Performance Microfiber Moisture Management. Never heard of that before, but again, this will wick the moisture off your head and keep you cool during the day. And this bottom part will keep you warm. Let's try it on and see what it looks like. So, you can wear it like that. This keeps your whole head warm, but then you got all this hanging. If you really want to, let me take off my glasses. You pull it all the way over your head. And then the fleece goes around your neck, and then you pull all this down. Takes forever. Help! Okay. There we go. So you can do your standard configurations. You can do one of these and put your sunglasses on, your baseball cap. You could go like this, you know, or you can pull it all the way down and just use it to keep your neck warm in the morning. And then you put your cap on, and then you got the Dynamic Duo. Okay, so I'm sure this is what I did in the morning, because if you've ever been out on the water, if you don't have a turtleneck or anything protecting your neck in the morning, it gets really cold on those spring and fall mornings. So this is a great combo. And then at the same time, when it gets warmer at the end of the day, if you want, you could take this up. You could even switch it around if you want. I mean, you could do anything with these. So that is the Buff Polar Multifunctional Headwear with UPF 50 protection. Next up, last season we did a show on the Buff gloves. These are the new advanced versions of the gloves. They have UPF 50 plus UV protection. Antimicrobial fabric prevents odors, so if your hands get really funky, or maybe it's from grabbing fish all day, it helps prevent the smell. It's got the 3/4 finger length, so your fingers can come out and you can feel your line, you can tie your line and your terminal tackle and things like that. It's got a silicone dot pattern on the inside, and that helps you grip onto your rod or whatever you need to hold on to. It's got a double layer of fabric between the index finger and the thumb, and that gives you durability. And it's got pull tabs, so you can easily take the gloves off your hands. So I'm going to put these gloves on just to see how they look and give you a better idea of some of the features. So we all know that bass thumb on a bass angler is like a badge of honor. But sometimes you don't want bass thumb. Maybe you're a hand model and you got an appointment later after you go fishing. So that silicone on the thumb will protect you from getting bass thumb, okay? And there's the open fingers. Easier for you to tie line and manage what you have to manage with your terminal tackle. And then the pull tab allows you to easily pull the gloves off. Again, these are the Eclipse gloves and UPF 50 protection. And we talk about how you need UV protection while you're out in the water. Some of us are out 8 to 12 hours a day in the direct sun. So you got to protect your face, you got to protect your hands, your arms, your head, especially if you're bald like I am, from those harmful sun rays, because you don't want to get sunburned. Some of this can lead to cancer, if you're exposed to it long enough. So you need all this stuff. So this is one of my favorite items in the Haute Défaut kit. It's the UVX mask. Okay, so it's UPF 50 plus protection. Okay, it's got laser cut breathing holes in the middle. Usually with the buffs, when you put them over your mouth, it kind of muffles your mouth when you try to breathe. So you can breathe, but it's a little bit difficult to breathe when your face is covered all day, especially if you're out there catching fish in that hot sun. So these little holes make it easier to breathe. And they also make it easier for you to talk and communicate if you're making YouTube videos. Okay, so it's got a mossy yolk camo design, which is pretty nice. And I'm going to put this on and I can show you how the lines fit your face. So unlike the other buffs, this one's made to primarily be worn one way. Now, as you know, with a standard buff, trying to get this right here. There we go. With a standard buff, you really can't put it over your nose if you want to breathe easy during the day, especially if you're in the hot weather. So with this one, it's got contoured lines that fit your face perfectly. So this one not only fits your eyes and allows you to put sunglasses on, but it also goes up over the bridge of your nose. And the nose can then breathe through these holes pretty easy. So when you're in the hot weather, you can wear the whole thing over your face and not worry about the stress of trying to breathe through it all day, which is pretty cool. And if I turn to the side, you can see how it fits the contours of my head perfectly. Okay? And then it's got the extended neck, which you can put your shirt on top of this, or you can wear it over your shirt, and this will continue to protect the back of your neck and the front of your neck from those harmful UV rays. And like I said, I got to have a pair of Wiley X glasses here somewhere. You put on your Wiley X glasses, or whatever glasses you're wearing. I use Wiley X, and see how it fits perfectly with the buff. And then you can put your baseball cap or boonie hat on, and you're fully protected for the rest of the day. This is called the UVX mask, and of course it has the moisture wicking material, keeps you cool during those hot days, and lasts you a long time. Had to get really close to the camera to do this one. All these items can be purchased from Buff's website. I will put the links in the description. And as you know, when you go on the site, you're not limited to these colors and these styles. They got a multitude of different colors and a multitude of different styles for you to choose from, so you can match it with your other gear. If you're one of those people who likes to match your gear up when you're on the water, you want to look good, right? So remember, UV protection is important when you're on the beach, when you're fishing on the water. When you're outside, you got to have this, so you might as well look good while you're protecting yourself. Shout out to Buff for sending out the package to me. You'll be seeing more from them in the future. This is Torrance Davis. I'm with Bubba Bass Anglers. I'll see you on the next video.